This is Answer Meditation, and you're tuning in to Sandy Daley.
Natural beauty.
The original 3 C's, the Black Carrie Bradshaw.
Listen.
You want the gossip? You want the information? The news? The real talk?
You sexy
You are now tuning into the Daily Grind with me, Sandy Daley. Let's go, baby. Good afternoon, good day, good morning. Somewhere it is morning. It is an amazing day today, May the 7th. It is beautiful and it is sunny outside. I am so looking forward to this nice weather that's going to be coming because I know Canada gets beautiful in the summertime. Once again, my name is Sandy Daley and you are tuned into my show, The Daily Grind with Sandy Daley. And I'm so excited because we've been doing so well. The show, of course, airs on Wednesdays right now at 8:30. The show again airs, of course, again on Saturdays at 6 p.m. So come and catch me here, right here, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and then, of course, put it up on TikTok and, everything else. So today, of course, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. We also have a couple of shoot your shots. And when I tell you that, we're so excited because these ladies are beautiful on the Shoot Your Shot show today. But before we actually jump into that, I want to talk about what's going on in the world. Of course, we are trying, the Catholic Church is trying to choose its first, or not first, but also the Pope, the person who's going to be taking over for Pope Francis, who unfortunately passed away a few weeks ago. And so today, of course, you have all the cardinals who are there trying to choose the Pope. But of course, today we had black smoke, and I can actually show that. We actually had black smoke, so not white. Whenever it's white, it means that they have actually chosen a pope. So black smoke was shooting out today, so no white smoke. So tomorrow, of course, we're going to try to see what happens. And, the one thing, as I say, is that for this, it is a worldwide event. Folks are looking to see who's going to be the next pope. Folks are interested to see what's going to happen, who's going to take over the realm, who's going to take over, and lead the Catholic Church. So we will see what happens. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was there was this movie that actually spoke about, all of the events that happened at this kind of things. And so I'm going to show a little snippet of that right now. And of course, it's called The Conclave, and it was it actually won Best Adapted Screenplay at the 97th Oscar Awards. So here it is, The Conclave, and it's going to be an amazing film that we just want to actually show you guys because, of course, it was so good to take a look at. So here you go, The Conclave, and this is the official trailer, and it talks about what is happening right now.
The Pope is dead. The throne is vacant.
The conclave begins now. We're about to choose the most famous man in the world.
And 1.25 billion souls watching.
I'd say this is a pretty fair vision of hell.
Well, don't be blasphemous, Ray. Hell arrives tomorrow when we bring in the cardinals.
No sane man would want the papacy.
Some of our colleagues seem to want it.
Another cardinal has just turned up. He was never on our list.
He has to be an imposter.
You look anxious. Everything under control.
Wow, amazing. It gives me goosebumps, right? It gives me goosebumps. Actually, I never saw the film, but because, of course, of what's happening right now, I think I want to definitely check it out. And something else that you guys need to check out, because we have our first Shoot Your Shot lady on the show today. And I'm telling you, this lady, I've known her for a long time. She's an amazing person. She is just gorgeous when it comes to everything. And I'm going to be talking to her right now because Angela is one lady that, I have to say that when it comes to women, this woman has it all. She's well put together. She's so smart. Look at her smile. Sexy lady. That's my friend, right? So smart, so sexy, just so well put together. And of course, Angela is going to be joining me right now. But I just want to say, for this segment, for Shoot Your Shot, if it is that you do meet somebody, it is all on you, not on the Daily Grind, not on Sandy Daly. And I have a lot of friends who are actually reaching out to me and go, hey, that good looking woman that you had on your show. Listen, it's not on me. If you want to reach out to her or him or anybody that comes on my show, you can certainly do so through their handle. But let's not wait any further. We have the beautiful Angela here with me tonight. Angela, look at you, girl. Hey, hey, right? I'm good. How are you, Hans?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Wow, you look amazing, Angela. Now, the thing is, for me, I've known you for such a long time. But for folks who don't
Mhm.
know, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're located. If you want to give that out. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. But tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're located, and what do you like to do for fun?
Okay, so my name is Angela. I'm here in Toronto. North Toronto. I'm in Vaughan now, and what I do for fun? Well, I started doing Latin dance classes. So I
I
do
know.
like
I
the
see you.
Latin dance class. I work out with Sandy, of course, at the gym. I play pickleball, and I'm learning to play golf.
Right.
So those are all my fun things. I love to travel. I travel the world, and I continue to travel at least twice a year. And those are the fun things. Other than that, for me, my calling in life is to save lives, spiritually and in the physical. So I do work in critical care. I've been saving lives for well over 30 years.
Wow.
So yeah, a few things I do. I'm involved in some ministry work. I like to do missions, or if I'm not doing missions, I like to support nonprofits that are out there doing the work.
Did I tell you that she was well rounded, or did I not tell you that she was well rounded? I mean, this lady is just amazing. She is fun. She is educated. She has all her ducks in a order, as we say. Everything was to line up. Everything line up for Angela. Now, Angela, if you're looking for somebody, because I'm going to say you are, but if you're looking for somebody, what is it that you're looking for? What qualities, characteristics should they have to step to Angela?
Okay, so I am single. I'm looking for a permanent life partner,
Yeah.
a companion for sure. I have done the work on myself. I have done a dating coach academy. I did different kind of courses to self-reflect on me.
Yeah.
So in essence, I'm looking for a man that has done the work on himself. Um, he has a healthy relationship with his family members. He's established in where he is. He is already built. I'm really not looking for someone at this point in my life, in my 60s. I've already built. So
Right.
it's not like we can build from scratch together. No.
Yeah.
Looking at someone that's really built and basically is in the next phase in his life where he knows what he wants, he knows where he's going. Some things he's been there, done that, and he's ready
Yeah.
to kind of coast. Or he
Right.
likes to travel, he has fun. But he's well respected in his community, well respected for sure in his family. A man that if I were to meet his friends, how would they speak of him?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Would they edify him? Yeah, so he knows who he is.
Yeah,
And yeah, he's ready to meet someone that's solid.
exactly.
That
And that's
has
a good point.
boundaries.
Yeah, you know what I like when people say that they've worked on themselves, because a lot of times
Mhm.
people are looking for people and they haven't done the inner work. And it's so
Right.
important now, especially like this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. Whatever the
Mhm.
situations are, we all have stuff that we go through. And a lot of times those are hidden and we bring those things into relationships and sometimes you don't even realize it, Angela, right? That
Right.
those things into relationships. Do you think that that's the
Mhm.
case? Like, if you don't work on yourself, work on your inner trauma, inner demons, whatever it is, sometimes you can't bring that to the table. So nothing good to the table.
Yeah, it bleeds into a new relationship. If you have not
Right.
solidified and closed that door, it just bleeds and bleeds into relationships. You may not even be aware of it, but it certainly plays a factor for
Hmm.
sure. For me, I was realizing what I was doing. I was sabotaging my relationships. So I did not do that work.
Wow.
And I realized in hindsight, and just talking to a dating coach, says, was a phone call. She goes, "Are you self-sabotaging?"
Yeah.
And then I had to think. I think, you know what?
Yeah. Maybe I
Yes,
am.
I was closing the door
Right.
because in hindsight, she made me realize in hindsight, I was sabotaging based on past experiences,
Yeah.
I was cutting things off before I can go forward
Oh, wow.
subconsciously.
Yeah.
So those kind of things I say, I really had to look in hindsight and work on that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And it's great to see that you've actually done that work, because what happens is at least you'll have just a relationship in front of you to work on. And obviously you'll continue to work on yourself, continue to go through therapy. I mean, I always say to people, therapy is not a bad thing, right? I always consistently speak to people, self-reflect, as you say, because definitely that shows that I'm willing to make changes, right? And that's another question too. In respect to making changes, how far are you willing to go to find a date? Like if the man say lived in Timbuktu, let's just use that as a, would you be able to move, Angela?
I am very mobile.
Right.
I am mobile, so
Right.
I don't have the dependence
Yeah.
to say that I'm going to be in one place at this hour, at this time. I'm very mobile. I'm open to that. Yeah, sure. No
Yeah.
problem. I'm
Exactly.
mobile.
Exactly. And that's a good thing too, being mobile and being open. And this is what I love about you. You're open. And race and stuff, for me at this point, I always say to folks, don't stop looking, just only look at your own race. Look at, open the field a bit, right? Open the playing field. Date outside of the race. What do you think about that, dating outside of your race?
I am open to it now. I know a lot of individuals, especially women of color, we get stuck in that zone. And I had, once again, it was self-sabotaging by saying no.
Right.
Up until I got to a certain point in my life, I said, well, why not?
Right.
And then I was on dating sites and I met individuals who were not of color. And I realized men are men.
Right.
And
Right.
and apparently they're looking our way, but
Right.
we're not giving them a chance. And I guess I was told, yeah, we're looking at you ladies, but we don't think that we can compare to the black man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was, I said, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
They
they're
don't
looking.
realize that. Yeah, they're looking. And so, I totally agree with you to keep your options open and just to see what is out there. And so with that being said, Angela, where can folks reach the gorgeously, beautiful Angela? If you want to give her your Instagram handle, how can folks reach you? How can they slip into your DMs, Ange?
Okay, so on Instagram, Angela B official.
Okay.
Facebook, Angela Brown with the E on the end. Brown with the E.
Okay, so Angela B official. Okay, perfect. So that is Miss Angela. And of course, I'm sure I'm going to be getting lots of calls and lots of reach outs and going, hey, Sandy, how can I meet Angela? And I'll be the buffer. This is what I've been acting like, right? I've been acting like the buffer between folks. They're like, okay, can she come? I'm like, no, honey, you come. I'm like, Auntie Sandy. But it's been nice. Thank you so very much. Any last words, Angela?
I'll see you on Friday.
Oh, exactly, right? In our class. All right, honey. Bye, Angela.
Take care.
Thank you so much. And that, of course,
Bye.
Bye, honey. Take care. Beautiful, gorgeous Angela. And her Instagram handle is Angela B on Instagram and Angela Brown otherwise. Now, in regards to me being here in Toronto, I mean, I've met some beautiful, beautiful women, beautiful and some handsome men. Now, on the weekend, I had the pleasure of going to see this play, and I spoke about it last week. This play called Flex. And it's a basketball play. It's a play about women trying to break into the basketball world. And especially now that we have the WNBA coming here to Toronto, it was amazing. I don't even know how these ladies got their shots in line and in tune with the play. If they missed a shot, it wouldn't work. Friends, it was something else. You got to go see this play called Flex at the Crows Theater. It was amazing. 2.5 hours well spent, time well spent. You'll have fun, you'll laugh, you'll cry. And here we have a little snippet of the play Flex. And then right after that, I'll come back and then reintroduce you to Shauna Thompson, who is from that play. So here is the little snippet of the play Flex and what it's all about here in Toronto at Crows Theater. Wow, wow, wow. I'm telling you, that was the play itself. Just as how they are passionate, that's exactly how the play ran. So last week on Saturday, we had a little snippet of my speech with my interview with Shauna Thompson, and here is we. It was a great time, so it's a long interview, but here's the next 5 or 6 minutes of the interview that I had with Shauna Thompson, and here she is.
On wanting to be a veterinarian. I went to
Oh,
university with
really?
intention. Yeah, I went to the university with the intention of going to the OVC, which
Yeah.
is across the street from the University of Guelph, where I attended.
Okay.
But by then, I had to admit to myself that, theater
Yeah.
was where my real passion was. And so after I completed I did a degree in English literature with a minor in French language. And then I decided that I was going to go to the National Theatre School of Canada, which is located in Montreal. And I completed my time there in 2018. And since then, I have worked at many different theaters. I worked at the Shaw Festival for about 3 seasons. Then I moved to Toronto, and in Toronto, I worked at Crow's Theatre. I've worked at Factory Theatre. I've done shows at the Theatre Center, at the Harbourfront Center, and I'm kind of just bouncing around right now, really enjoying being in the city and accomplishing what I can.
Right, right. And you certainly are doing that, Shauna. You are such a light spirit, like in terms of your aura just kind of shines through. And I mean, speaking with you, it just kind of reminds me of myself and my mother when I was back in Jamaica. My mother couldn't tell me not to be on the stage. I was always doing something creatively. And so she kept on trying to, push me to be a nurse. And I mean, love that profession, but it was just not me. And so here I am, just like how you are, in the sense that when you have your spirit, when you have your creative drive, there's nothing much that you can do about that. And we're so happy that you've continued on with this goal. And I'm sure your folks are supportive, right, of you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. My family's also Jamaican, so I
Oh, of course.
understand.
Yeah,
They were, yeah, both my parents were born in Jamaica. So I am like the first generation that was born here in Canada.
yes.
And I think at first they were a little disappointed that I didn't want to be a vet, but I think it didn't take much for them to come around, and they've been my number one supporters since. They've seen all of my work. So I'm very blessed and very grateful to have them in my life supporting me.
Right. And we're so happy that they're supportive, because obviously, and I know how Jamaican parents are. They might be disgruntled for a little minute, but trust me, you can't come and talk to you afterwards about nothing. This is my daughter. She's up on stage at Crow's Theatre. So make sure you come visit.
Yeah.
Right? My
Yeah,
mother used to do the
exactly.
same thing. Say, yeah, okay, it's not what I want to, but listen, here's a little play. Make sure you come and show up. So I totally understand, girl.
Yeah.
We're so excited. So for you, seeing this play the way how it's been transformed and put out there, directed by Mr. Otu, written by some amazing folks. What does it feel like for you to be doing this play right now?
Honestly, it's amazing. I mean, in general, I love the play, and I really love my character.
Yeah.
She's very ambitious, and she's very determined, and she's unabashed in a way that I personally am not. Like, she's very
Right.
unapologetic, and she speaks her mind very clearly, and I love that about her.
Right.
And I think right now, seeing a show about young Black women on stage, pursuing a career in basketball, just at the time where Toronto is getting our first WNBA team,
Right.
it's coinciding so beautifully. And I think this could be a real opportunity to uplift women in sports, and to maybe hopefully garner an audience for the Toronto Tempo once they start their season next year. I
Right.
would love to be able to go and support them. I would love
Yes.
for them to, get that support and, get paid the way they should be paid, like you mentioned
Right.
before.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Because a lot of times it is so difficult for women, even in this 2025, for them to even be paid the equal amount that men are getting paid. And so I love the fact that sports is bringing this to the forefront. A play such as this is actually bringing this to the forefront in a lot of ways. It speaks about sisterhood. It speaks about inequalities. It speaks about a lot of things. Now, those are my pullaways from it. But what is your main theme that you believe that this play is bringing forward to the public? And message.
Yeah, I would say that, my favorite aspect of it is the sisterhood, the Black sisterhood, the camaraderie that they share, the trials that they go through together, and the fact that they're still willing to exercise forgiveness for one another. I love that it shows that Black women are not a monolith. We are very diverse in our perspectives and our opinions and in our experiences. And we really get to see the girls support each other through that. And I think the main message to take away is that even in the face of, hardship, we can overcome, and we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to always be strong. We don't always have to, fight. We can lean on each other. We can support each other. And in doing that as a team, we can all be uplifted together and succeed. So,
right. And how long is the play? Like how many nights per week do you perform?
So the duration of the play is about 2 hours and 15 minutes, including a 15-minute intermission. So it's not a super long play, which I think.
And of course, that is Miss Shauna Thompson. We're going to have the rest of the interview this Saturday. She's so good in this play. Please go and see her. And another person now that you definitely need to see is Miss Bana. And this is another segment of the Shoot Your Shot, as I said, Wednesday. So it is where we try to find love, right? There it is, love, yay! Right? We try to find love. We just had Angela, and we're going to be bringing up Bana to the stage in about 2 seconds. So for me, it's all about, as I said, trying to find folks the peace and the companionship that they need in this world. You don't have to. And once again, if you find anybody, if you meet anybody through this app, through this stage, through this platform on the Daily Grind, through Sandy Daly's, the Daily Grind, it is not on me, it is on you. But here, of course, we have beautiful Bana. She is going to be joining me right now. So Bana, welcome to the Daily Grind. I thank you so very much for taking the time out to join me. How are you, honey?
Hi, Sandy. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Now, tell me I don't pick the ladies nice. Look at Angela, now look at Bana. Trust me, these are all amazing people. Now, Bana, thank you for taking the time out. Tell us a bit about yourself. I know you're pressed for a little bit of time, but tell us a bit about yourself, where you live, not your address, but what city? Okay.
I live in Toronto, in Barrie as well. I just graduated. I'm a civil engineer. I just finished the school. So I am a very humble, fun, adventurous person. And just like you, I like to stay active. I'm into Zumba, exercise, and all that good stuff.
Right, and definitely. And gorgeous Bana is single, correct? Let me just double check that before are we single, Bana?
Yeah.
Single.
I am single.
Right. And so, Bana, what is it? I mean, for such a beautiful woman such as yourself, tell me, has it been difficult trying to find a partner or somebody to have as a boyfriend, a partner? You know what I mean? What is it like dating these days?
Okay, so to me personally, I find it really hard. Dating nowadays is not easy, but I feel like you just have to stay on your ground, meaning that you just have to know what you want. And I know there will be ups and downs, there will be disappointments, and then all that stuff. But I would stay humble, keep looking the type of person that you're looking for. But in general, if I have to speak, it hasn't been easy, especially for me. But like I said, I try to stay positive. I try to learn from every situation, every experience that I go through, and I try to use it on the next one, basically.
I mean, that's a great thing to do. And let me ask you, what are some of your deal breakers? Like, if somebody came to you and said, "Okay, I do this," or what is it that you definitely will say, "I can never date that person," or somebody like that, or what is it that what are your deal breakers?
So for me, one of the things that I look for in a man, or one of the deal breakers for me would be a guy that smokes, a guy that's not family oriented, respect, God fearing. someone who knows how to take care of a woman, basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
To be the
yeah.
provider, right?
To be
I mean,
the
I
pro.
provider, right? I think a lot of people these days they forget the role of men and women in relationships, and
Yeah,
obviously it transcends because now it's 2025, things are different. But
yeah.
at the same time, I always think that once we start going back to traditional ways, things can work out better. So for me, it's good luck to you. And
Thank
now,
you.
like, how often are you going on dates, Prada?
Oh, honestly, I am lucky. I do get a lot of attraction. That's
Right.
something
You're
that
not lucky.
I
You're gorgeous and you're smart. You're not lucky. You're
thank
gorgeous
you.
and smart.
Thank you, Sandy. But the thing is, I haven't found the type of person the one that makes me feel special, the
Yeah.
one that I can see myself living with. I haven't found that, but yes, definitely, I do meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people get attracted to me, but I haven't found the one that just makes me feel special.
Well, I am gonna put it out there in the universe. I'm gonna make it happens for Bana because Bana is too gorgeous to be left by her side by herself. And good luck to you. I'm gonna make sure that I, check up on you and just kind of see where it is that you're at in your dating life. Now, if folks want to reach out to you, Bana, how can they reach out to Bana on social media? How can they slide in your DMs, Bana?
Well, my name is there, Bana Berat, and they can search me on Instagram, so they will be able to see me, and they can reach me out on Instagram.
Right,
That would be
the
my
best way.
go-to. Yeah, the
Right,
best way for the
best way.
start. Yeah.
Right. For me, as I said, it is all the folks that are coming on here, such as yourself, Shanika, Bana, Angela. I mean, they have to come through me first. Maybe that's why. Because I would have to make sure and ask them 50 million questions and make sure they come proper, right? This is Auntie Sandy. This is not just no
Mhm.
nobody.
They have
And
to
it's
go
not,
through Auntie Sandy
right?
before coming.
Before talking to Bana or Angela or Shanika.
Yeah.
Protecting
Yeah.
everything.
True.
Bana, thank you so very much. It was a pleasure having you on. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you
And
so
thanks
much
for
for
your
having
time,
me.
honey. No
Thank
problem.
you.
Okay, bye. Thank you very
You
much.
have a
And that,
good one. Bye.
yes, you too. Bye bye. And that, of course, was Bana, the beautiful Bana. And she, of course, is just an amazing young woman, along with Angela. And the last thing that I wanted to kind of talk about today was very, very quickly. We had the Met Gala in the week. And of course, it was an ode to Black excellence. It was an ode to Black dandyism. It was an ode to Black designers, and they all came out. This, of course, was spearheaded by, Pharrell, and of course, he brought out. He came out actually in I think it was a jeweled costume tux. I think I don't have a double-breasted tux, but whatever, right? But it was jeweled, all jewels. So here we have a little clip, 20 seconds or 30 seconds, showing what the Met Gala looked like 2025. And we'll discuss on the other side of the video. Just gorgeous. I mean, I tell you, first of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Rihanna's pregnant with her third child. I think she always waits for big things happening. First, of course, it was here we have the Met Gala last year or so, or a year before. I forgot now. It was the Super Bowl. And here we are again, as I said, it's Met Gala. So this is her third child. Congrats to her. Amazing. Everybody looked great. I specifically loved Zendaya. This woman never stops. She always slays. She looks so good. And of course, Diana Ross. She was paying homage to Diana Ross, and Diana Ross was actually at the Met Gala in that long white dress and a white train. So it couldn't have been better for her, I'm quite sure. So for me, my pick was Zendaya. But as I said, this woman never stops. So this has been the edition of Sandy Daly's The Daily Grind. Here we had, again, of course, we had Angela, we had banner. And of course, we were talking about a bunch of stuff. And on Saturday, we're going to be talking about some more things. We have a cultural hair show that's happening here in Toronto. And I'm going to be speaking with Diana. She is the owner and the person that's been putting this together. This is going to be happening May the 16th. Remember, coming up is Mother's Day. So if you haven't gotten your gifts already, I'm going to say it from now. If you haven't done that, go out and buy your mother something, okay? Don't let her sit there be disappointed. Don't just run out on the Sunday and get some flowers. That's me digressing. But anyways, so I will see you once again on Saturday, 6 p.m. for the Daily Grind with Sandy Daly. It has been fun. Another time, another chance to shoot your shot here on Wednesday, of course. Another place to just laugh and let loose. So once again, bye-bye, and I'll see you on Saturday.